What it do, y'all? This your man King Eric the Great coming at y'all with another video. And whoever saw this coming, the Joe Budden Podcast, I think it's officially over because his co-hosts Rory and Mal are no longer a part of it, and they haven't been for the past 2 weeks, from what I understand. Now, with this video here, I'm gonna give y'all an in-depth breakdown to what I think happened and why Rory and Mal, they got nobody to blame for themselves in this situation. Because see, think about this. When you're a brand name, what is the name of the show, y'all? The Joe Budden Podcast. Basically, he's the brand. These guys are just his underlings. That's the dangerous thing about branding. It ain't Joe Budden and friends, even. It's the Joe Budden Show. So I'm starting to think possibly they felt a sort of way about that, but that's what happens when you put yourself to a brand and you don't have no identity. So my question would be, where will Rory and Mal do after this? They're only known for being a part of Joe Budden. What they should have done in the beginning was have their names as just of a big deal as his. But since it's called the Joe Budden Podcast, there's a lot of people that still don't even know who Rory and Mal really is, so they can't even break themselves to do separate stuff if they wanted to. Like, who's going to sit back and listen to what Mal got to say? Or look to Rory for importance? Their identity is Joe Budden. See, Joe Budden, regardless of how he handles his personal business, he's still going to be all right. But then again, look on this side here. Could it be that he's the problem? Look at his track record. The relationships he's been involved in with different women. The Def Jam deal. Slaughterhouse. Everyday struggle. Now this situation here with his two good friends, Rory and Mal. There's a behavior trait going on that creates contractual of interest amongst his peers. He may have a toxic personality, but at the same time, he's so much of a gifted wordsmith that he can make it so anything that he's done is justified, and he has a rhyme or reason behind everything he does. And what Joe Budden has also done too, he has mastered himself into taking L's and it not affecting him. I mean, look at the past several things he's been accused. He's been accused of being a woman beater, a dust head, a cheater. He got punched in the face by one of the Wu-Tang members. He got accused of fingering his dog. I mean, he got slapped in the face so many times. He got punked out. But he mastered it to where he could take his L's and make his vulnerability into a marketing scheme. That's why, in a way, it will kill the average artist. Because the average artist, for the most part, they wear the tough guy shit on their sleeve. But Joe Budden, he don't carry himself like that, so he goes ahead and takes all these L's and still could be marketable. But with this situation here, it's a conflict of interest to where Joe Budden could now take control of this thing here and go another level. Now, I'm also hearing that he did a sit-down with Jay-Z about something. I don't know what the degree of that. If somebody knows more about this story, please sure to chime in. Let me know more info about him having a sit-down with Jay-Z or possibly doing a deal for the podcast. He could have pulled a Jay-Z on them. But at the end of the day, Rory and Mal don't really have no say-so. Like, Joe Budden could take this show on his own and still make money and still get deals because he's the face. He's the brand. Love him or hate him. I bet you this, you can't find 10 people that can tell you who Mal and Rory really are. Unless you really involved with Joe Budden's personal life and really involved with the new degree of hip-hop. Nobody out there could really tell you who Mal is. I mean, I'm just keeping it brick. So, whose fault is this at the end of the day, do y'all think? Y'all think it's Joe Budden's fault? Is it Rory and Mal? I mean, let me know what you guys think. This is a pretty interesting topic. So, subscribe, hit the like button, holla at me.